Welcome back to this episode of Powerslide TV. Today what I want to talk about is a little bit about aftermarket frames in general, because a lot of you might have questions about, I've got a complete skate, why do I need to upgrade my frame, or what should I be looking for? I've decided I want to upgrade my frame, but what am I looking for? Why do I need to change? I mean, let's talk first about why you maybe need to change your frame on your complete skate. The obvious answer is because your skating ability is improved. So because maybe your skating ability is improved, you've got a little bit faster, a little bit more comfortable. Maybe it's time to go to a bigger wheel size, or maybe a slightly longer frame. Both a bigger wheel size and a slightly longer frame will give you that ability to go faster, thanks to the increased roll, the increased wheelbase, and everything like that. Obviously, before you do that, you need to be 100% comfortable and 100% safe in your skating ability, because if you go too far too soon, that's going to actually have a negative impact on your skating. So you've made that decision. What options are there? Obviously, with an aftermarket frame, there's a lot more different frame lengths. So when we're talking about frame lengths, the general rule of thumb is the longer the frame, the faster skater you are. So what you'll see is a lot of the racing team talking about 125s. They'll be on the longest possible, which is a 13.0. And you want to be on that longer frame just because it offers you more stability at the higher speeds and things like that. However, there is a little bit of a trade-off, because obviously when you increase the frame length, you're going to lose a little bit of that agility and things like that. So therefore, we do offer a 12.8 and a 12.5 as well in most of our 125 frames. It's just a little bit where you need to be. I mean, for example, when Bart Swings did that incredible time a few years back in Berlin, that 56 minutes 48 or whatever it was, that was actually on a 12.6 frame. So there you do lose a little bit of stability, but it's a little bit in the mix. I mean, a lot of people ask us these questions. And I would say maybe, okay, say for example, you're aiming at a marathon and you want to aim for a best time of around 1 hour 10 or faster. Then you maybe need to look at the longer frames, such as the 12.8 or the 13.0. But anything over that 1 hour 10 mark, 1 hour 15 or so, something like that, then I'm sure 12.6 is fine. Just because what you're going to lose that little bit in stability, you'll gain a lot more in the agility and just how the skate moves under you, how easy it is to edge, and how easy it can be to move in the group and things like that. So that's just one idea when we're looking at the frame length. The second thing you want to look at is stiffness and comfort. And I mean, generally inside Powerslide, we have 3 levels of that. And as you can see here, we have our XXX, which is our most stiff. So designed for maximum performance, maximum power transfer, and at the same time, it's not the most comfortable ride, because all the top fast skaters, they don't really care too much about comfort. They're looking to get from A to B as quick as possible. In the middle, we have our rapid frame, and this is a completely brand new frame. Coming in the future, and that's kind of a little bit of a compromise between the two, where it's still quite stiff, but thanks to these large cutouts and things like that, it's also quite forgiving. And then I would say at the other end of the spectrum, we have the Elite casted frame, which is a frame which is, I would say, very forgiving and very compliant. So if you're skating longer distances or you're a lighter skater, then it just kind of gives you that comfort that you're looking for without needing to worry about the end sprints coming up. I'm just thinking about only power transfer. This just gives you a little bit more comfort when cruising. So that's a quick look a little bit at the overall frame collection, when to choose, how to choose the right frame for you. Again, it's not an exact science, because everybody's technique is a little bit different. Everybody's personal feelings and preferences are a little bit different, but it's just to give you some background information on that. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.